UFC 307 just concluded, and what an amazing fight card it was. I mean, right from the prelims to the grand finale, it was absolutely brilliant. A lot of entertainment, a lot of great fights, and a lot of things to learn. Alright? Right in the prelims, you had a young fighter called Yasmin Lucindo who went up against a top 10 UFC fighter in the women's division and actually won. Now, the reason this fight is important is because it shows you the levels of the game. A 22-year-old, imagine she has 20 years of a career still ahead and she's already beating up people in the top 10. So when you think about where does the level stand in our country, it's a good kind of measure to take up of where we need to be, how far we need to grow. And this is obviously a lot of talent, a lot of potential, and a lot of skill that has got into it. But this definitely sets a benchmark of how you should be evaluating where we need to head as fighters, as a country developing fighters. And it's a great benchmark for all fighters in the future to see where you need to get to progress. Absolutely phenomenal performance by that young girl. I am absolutely stunned by what she delivered. Then there was Joaquin Buckley versus one of everybody's all-time favorites, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Now, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson has been a long-time favorite. He's known to be a striker, but has great anti-wrestling. But at 41 years of age, he couldn't stand up to the power punches of Joaquin Buckley, and that's understandable. All right, technique and fight IQ can only take you so far, but once age starts catching up, it becomes difficult to go up against hard hits, and that's exactly what happened to Wonderboy Thompson, and eventually he crumpled. Right, another thing, so that's something to learn from this fight, that eventually age will catch up. So be wise, pick your fights well, and there will be a downslide. So when it comes, take it respectfully, like Wonderboy Thompson did, and showed us all a great fight. Then started the main card, and the main card did not disappoint at all. You had Kyla Harrison versus Ketlin Vieira. Now, it was very clear that Kyla Harrison would win this. There was no doubts in my mind. The woman is phenomenal. When you say a two-time Olympian judoka, all right, so here's where things get iffy. The US, Russia, and China are known for doing one thing in the Olympics apart from winning. I shall not mention that here, but if you've seen the documentary Chris, you pretty much know what I'm talking about. And with that much phenomenal skill and power, when you come into a fight game, you pretty much have it dominated. And Kyla is looking up the ranks now to directly fight for the championship. And hopefully that happens soon, and we shall get to see how it turns out. But definitely, Kyla put on a dominating performance, and I only see her getting even better with the fight camps as time goes on, right? Then you had Roman Dolidze versus Kevin Holland. This fight did not end the way we wanted it to. Kevin Holland broke a rib, and the fight had to be called off. Obviously, the win was given to Roman, and this is not the way Kevin would have liked to lose. All right, but yeah, this is a fight game. Shit happens. Deal with it. All right. Then there was Mario Bautista versus Jose Aldo. Yeah, the king of Rio, one of my favorite all-time fighters, pretty much the legend of leg kicks. But today we did not see him use leg kicks at all. He totally depended on his boxing, which is probably why he lost. He put on a phenomenal performance. It was very, very close. All right. And a few times the opponent just held him against the cage. Given the reffing system, it went to his opponent. It went in the favor of his opponent, not in the favor of Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo landed some hard shots in a lot of opinions and a lot of people who sort of judged the fight simultaneously, like Verdict MMA, actually gave the fight to Jose Aldo. So very close decision, but zero respect lost. In fact, a lot of respect earned again for Jose Aldo. And Mario Bautista gets the win and moves forward, but this was a phenomenal fight. Then we had Juliana Pena versus Raquel Pennington. Now, this came as a surprise to a lot of people. Like, Juliana Pena came back to reclaim the championship this time, and Raquel Pennington knocked her down in a round. Okay, landed some really hard shots, but again, via split decision, Juliana Pena won. And now this will definitely one day be a very looked forward to rematch. I don't know how the refs scored this. I shall be rewatching the fight to see how the scoring was done. But all in all, it was a very close fight. As a viewer, I pretty much thought that Raquel Pennington won this fight, but then I need to look into the nitty gritties of it without emotion and see how the refs managed to give Juliana Pena the win on this one. And then came the grand finale, the fight we were all waiting for, Alex Poatan Pereira versus Khalil Roundtree Jr. Now, everybody thought Alex Pereira would walk over Khalil Roundtree, but that did not happen. Coach John Wood had a great plan in mind. The strategy was perfect. Khalil Roundtree actually was leading up to the end. All right, he was ahead on points. He won the rounds. He was landing strikes. He was blitzing into Alex Pereira, and Alex Pereira was actually quite fighting in a Sean Strickland style. You could see the effect of having a certain sparring partner on Alex Pereira's game this time. But yet, when Alex Pereira eventually saw Khalil Roundtree's gas tank diminishing because of the explosive punches that he was throwing, Alex Pereira took his shot. He went in, and after that, after some hard connections, he literally clobbered Khalil Roundtree Jr. But Khalil showed a warrior's heart. He did not give up till the very end. He took some massive punishment from Alex Pereira. A lot of people thought the fight could have been stopped early, but with a warrior like Khalil Roundtree who can still throw counters while taking a beating, it would have been unfair to call it early. So however it went, absolute love and respect for Khalil Roundtree. Definitely proves his place that he belongs not only in the top 10 but in the top 5 of this division. And Alex Pereira has now set the record for the highest number of title defenses within a short period of time. So that absolutely makes him a fan favorite. Obviously, I'm a fan. I loved Khalil Roundtree Jr.'s fighting. I love his corner. I love his coach. I love his team. But Alex Pereira is something else. He is truly a legend, and this is why I am a fan of his game and his sport. Alright, I hope you enjoy the sport and the fights as much as I do. If you have any feedback, if you want me to discuss anything else, do let me know in the comments, and I shall be happy to oblige. This is Pushkaraj Shirke for Project Battlefit. Cheers.